Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother! Welcome to the Sunday Movie Marathon. I'm Max.
I'm Chris.
I'm scared.
Episode 99. Episode 99. We did it. We're here. Finally. It's
That
back.
we did.
Yeah.
Well, I never left.
That is true. Max has stayed loyal all these weeks.
Yeah, we've
Yes.
had a super busy couple of weeks.
We've had
Yeah,
a
this month's
busy
been a
one.
mess.
Yeah. How was the... How was it?
Yeah, alright. Went to Brighton for Darcy's birthday, which
True,
was
true.
nice. We moved into a flat where we're currently recording.
We're recording in a new pad.
Yeah, we got
Yeah. So if
Oh,
it sounds a little bit echoey or anything, that's because we're still figuring shit out here.
It's because
Mm.
Chris and Darcy have a table the size of a fucking spoon.
I mean, in theory, the table's big enough for the two people that live here.
Yeah.
Well, that's just not good enough.
I can't actually see Darcy at the moment. There's like
No,
a vase
The flowers. I mean, they're
Wow.
cute flowers, though. So
They are.
just, I don't need to. You don't need to see me. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll just imagine
Just-
what you look like.
Just pretend that I'm
Imagine.
flowers. I love it. Just imagine.
You look
Ah,
together.
shit.
You mean?
What the fuck does she look like?
Yeah, it was. I did one in the cemetery.
Mm.
That was fun. Sorry about the wind. Well, how was it? Chris just said it's windy.
It was pretty heavy on the.
Pretty heavy on the wind.
I can't help that.
No,
I'm but one man.
he does not create or stop the wind.
That's true. Only Jesus does that.
I mean, it kind of like fit the episode it was going for, though. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
the worst thing in the world, I guess.
Just needed some lightning to really sell the atmosphere.
Can't fucking see lightning on a podcast.
No, a bit like sound of like thunder and lightning.
Oh right,
Yeah,
Well-
Chris could have added something. That's like a post production thing you could have done.
it would not have been authentic. Cole.
No,
True.
but that wind was definitely authentic.
Yeah, you should have seen me. Whoa,
Just fucking flying all over. It sounded like you were literally probably getting blown.
Yeah, it
It
was
was-
crazy. Rain on and off. Oh man, never had such a time.
Yeah, but yeah, it was that kind of weekend though, wasn't it? It was like torrential and fine.
Yeah.
Still going on. I just rode here on my bike, and it was raining then for like a minute.
What just now?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
weather's been weird today.
Weather's been
Oh.
weird. So have we. We watched Evil Dead, all four of them, and some more stuff.
Indeed.
We did this alone because Chris and Darcy needed to move out and settle their debts.
That's
So I
true.
watched a lot of them alone.
We watched one of them together.
We watched one of them together, arguably the worst one, but,
Yeah.
you know, who's to say?
We'll get to that.
It
We'll
was
get to that. First of all, do you guys see this fucking new Doctor Who episode?
No.
no.
I've not watched Doctor Who since Pete Capaldi was on it. I think I watched the first season of him. And there was that Christmas episode, which was just a rip-off of Alien. And that was like the point where I was
What?
like, yeah, I don't think this is for me anymore.
Oh,
You
I've never
sound
liked
like
it.
talking
So
about every Doctor Who episode.
yeah, I don't care for the show anyway. So I'm gonna let you discuss how much you loved it.
It's all over now.
What, forever?
It's all over. Chris Chibnall is gone. Jodie Whittaker is gone.
Oh yes.
She left. She was like, I made the show. I'm not making this show without Chris Chibnall.
Really? Okay.
They're tight.
Oh.
They did Broadchurch together,
Yeah.
so they love each other.
Ah.
This is the last hurrah for Jodie Whittaker.
What about Bradley Walsh? Is he staying?
What the fuck are you on about?
Bradley Walsh?
That guy from The Chase?
Yeah.
He's in it, isn't he?
He
He
was
is
in
in
this
Doctor Who,
episode.
yeah.
He was a companion, and then he left.
No, I didn't know he left. I thought he was still in it.
No,
Oh.
he left. So I'll get around to why he's in this in a bit.
Okay.
So yeah, end of an era, one might say. Apparently, this has been going on for 5 years. Jodie Whittaker's run. You could have
5
fucking
years?
fooled me.
It's not 5 years, is it?
I think so.
Nah.
Apparently, it's been 5 years. She started with so much
Really?
promise.
Jesus.
You know,
Didn't think it was that long.
I would have at least like to have seen maybe a season stretching it, maybe just one episode where she's just like there and not directed or written by Chris Chibnall, or just
See how she
someone
could
else.
have been, yeah.
Would have loved like just her final episode to be written by Russell T Davies, and then everyone's like, "This is fucking brilliant," and then she leaves. Like, oh no, but we couldn't even get that. This whole run is tarred in shit. It's spoiled forever. I say what you want about Doctor Who. It's never been the best show in the world, but fuck me,
No.
it was at least fun. It has been fun, but there's just nothing there. Nothing there with this run from Chibnall and Whittaker, the dynamic duo. I'm glad it's over. I'm very glad it's over, and I'm glad that Russell T Davies is coming back, along with a lot of other people who came back.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So yeah, everyone's in this episode. What the fuck was this called? Power of the Dog? Power of the Doctor. Oh yeah, of course. That was a popular movie, and they thought, what about if it was Doctor Who? It has nothing to do with Power of the Dog. It had
Or even any themes
absolutely
in-
nothing whatsoever to do
Except
with
the
that
title.
movie, which makes me think that's not where they got it.
Probably not.
Who knows? Why is it called the Power of the Doctor?
Well,
Though?
they've done like the day of the Doctor and the time of the Doctor and shit. So
Yeah, maybe they're just
Had to think of
keeping
something else.
consistent. Yeah. It fits with the theme, I guess, of like titles.
It's not thematic though, because nothing happens in the episode. Like straight up, it has no plot. Like I couldn't.
Oh,
I don't know what this episode is about. I'm not gonna lie.
The
Like,
plotless.
the master comes back. He has Daleks and Cybermen, and he's like, "These are my guys," and they don't do anything.
What, like the master who's I've forgotten his name.
The master,
No, the guy who plays him.
Sacha Darwin, I think is playing him now.
yeah, they always change the actor.
No, I liked it when what's
He's a
his name
Time
was
Lord
in
that
it.
regenerates.
Life
What
on
John
Mars guy.
Sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
He's great, but no.
He's probably the best person to play, I think.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
That actually is so upsetting because I was like, oh, maybe I'd watch it then. And I thought, nope, if it's not him,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it.
It's about him being like, I don't know. It's like he goes to the doctor and he's like, we used to be friends, you and I. And she was like, not
What?
anymore, man. And he's like, that's it. You're a bad friend. I'm going to put myself into your body, but like, I'm going to steal your likeness or whatever. But then he doesn't. He just like puts on her clothes. He like goes into like this pod, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna change now." It's like the body swapping, but not really because it's still him, just in her clothes. And then she's like in a pod, and she's like, I'm dying." And then he's like, "That's it. I'm the doctor now. Now I can ruin your reputation. I'm gonna go out everywhere and ruin your reputation."
What? And he's just him in her clothes?
Yes.
This doesn't make no sense. What, are people just seeing him as that? I don't understand.
Well, it could be like, I'm the doctor, and what are they going to say? Like, all right,
I
you
guess
got our
so.
clothes. I guess.
What? Does that mean like anyone could have done that?
I guess it didn't really. He didn't really need to. I don't know what the purpose was. Why did he do it in the first place? Why did he? He didn't even swap bodies with her. It's him. It's just him. And then like Yaz is the current companion.
Uh-huh.
So she like he's like, Yaz, you're coming with me. We're gonna be the Doctor and Yaz, and we're gonna save the world or whatever. And he gets in the TARDIS, and then he like goes to like a place. It's like an asteroid or something. And I guess this is an hour and a half long, and I guess they like didn't have time, or like they wanted to do other things in the episode. So Yaz just like pushes him out onto the asteroid. Like she pushes him, and then leaves him there for a bit. And he's like, "For fuck." I thought I was going to be the Doctor and ruin your reputation. And he's like, "You'll come back for me. You always come back." And I'm like, but why would she? But of course she does. But I think they just pushed him onto this asteroid so he could be there for like half an hour and not do anything because they needed to like develop other things within the story, and they couldn't do that
Oh, yeah, so
if
they're
he
like,
was there.
Here's a plot
We need to
hole
address
there.
the plot with all the different companions coming back and being like, Doctor, you suck. You left us. I forget their names.
Well, so,
It's like some old women being like, we used to be you, yes.
well, so this is some sort of like Avengers type.
Yeah, it was like the
thing.
Avengers. And then like they go to like underground inside a volcano and the Daleks are there building like a battleship or something. And then Bradley Walsh comes up and he's like, up here, I'm doing intel. What? How did you find that out? Just because you were the Doctor's companion, like he's like an old guy. What the fuck? They're like, there was also like Ryan, who was in the show before, and like he was the companion with Bradley Walsh and Yaz. And they were like, "Where's Ryan Bradley Walsh?" And he's like, "He's away. He's on holiday." I'm like, okay, I guess that guy didn't want to come back. And it's just like, here's this person who used to be in the show. Here's Paul McGann as the Doctor again. Here's Peter Davidson as the Doctor again. Here's fucking Sylvester McCoy as the Doctor again. All this bullshit. Here's who the fuck played the first Doctor in the new ones? It's like Brad James. Oh, fuck me.
Christopher Eccleston.
No.
That's who I was thinking
No, it's
of.
the first Doctor. He plays, what was it, Argus Filch in those fucking Harry Potter movies. Well, he's back. The Walder Frey, he's there. It's like, yeah, I'm the first Doctor. You got to figure this out. And he like morphs into these different versions of the Doctor who used to be the Doctor, so that they can like talk to Jodie Whittaker in like this barren fucking desert.
Was Matt
She's
Smith
like,
there?
No. No,
He's too
they
big
couldn't
now.
get him. He's in House of the Dragon. You can't get him. We're like, she was like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? It's just like 10 minutes just to her talking to this guy who's morphing into different people in the middle of a fucking desert because she's dead. And then they're like, you're stronger than the others. You can become alive again. Just, you have to dream it to believe it.
Dream it to believe it.
And then, yeah, she comes back. And oh my fucking god. Do you remember when like they had Daleks on the TV like back in the day when they did like Eccleston and Tennant?
Yeah.
Like, holy fucking, this is insane. It was an event shit.
I do remember
Yeah.
Like
them.
event.
It was like once a season you'd
Yeah.
have them and their Cybermen.
They would
and
have a
every time
really
they would
epic
Every
be
time
like,
battle
the
or
Daleks showed up, you're like,
something,
holy
yeah.
fuck, something's going down.
yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of the time it was a two-parter as well.
Yeah, yeah. Every
They
time the
always-
Cybermen
yeah.
would show up, you were like, this is it's insane. Some bullshit's going to go down. And then they'd be like, oh, fuck, it's the Cybermen. Oh, fuck, it's the Daleks. And you're like, yeah, they're scary. They're the ones. But then, like, they turn up here, like, I don't know why, but the Cybermen have got, like, the Time Lord writing on them or whatever. And they've got, like, different armor. It's, like, written in Gallifreyan on them. And then she
Sounds
shows
cool.
up and she's like, you guys suck. Give me the child. Because they like kidnap a child for some fucking reason. They need to power their cyber Death Star, which is this planet made out of metal. She's like, give me the child. And they're like, no. And they like, they take the child and they teleport away. And then they use the child to put, this is my favorite part. They use this child to power their cyber Death Star and like use her as an energy source. And that's all she does. And you're like, oh man.
Oh.
I guess she's got to save this child. She doesn't.
What happens to the kid? It just gets.
Well, here's what happens to the kid, Darcy. I'll tell you what happens to the kid. So she's up in like this ball of fucking energy, powering this Death Star
Yeah.
built by the Cybermen. She's like, ah! And she's also like encased in like this alien form that's like tentacular from Pokemon or whatever. And it's like all these different like wires or like coils going around. She's like, I'm powering the star. And then at the end, she's been hit this the entire time. The Doctor has made no attempt to save her. She's like, oh yeah, this one. She goes back. She's like, the Doctor's like, you can just leave. You can just harness your energy and focus a beam and just fire a beam into the Death Star and destroy it and you'll be free. I'm like, oh, okay. And then she does it. I guess she could have done that the whole time. There's no reason why like she couldn't have done it before. Or like why she didn't tell the kid to do that. But then I think the kid dies because we just don't see it ever again. And the doctor doesn't care about that. Like, okay. But with the beam, and then the master gets out his like remote control, and he like flicks the switch, and he points it at the beam, and he's like, haha, that's it. If I'm going down, you're going down with me. And then he redirects the beam to hit the doctor, and she's like, I've been beamed. And like, she's been fine like the entire time. And I guess this is how they need to like regenerate her. Like, I don't know, hit her with a beam. Fuck it.
I think we've run out of ideas.
Chris Chibnall's there scratching his head like,
what do we do here?
what if we
beam
just
her?
beam her? Yeah, well
That'll
done,
work.
Chris. Oh, it's fucking brilliant, man. This is why we hired you to do it, Chris. You know. You know what it is. You understand. And then like if you get hit by this beam, you wouldn't think it. But, and the CG is fucking awful. It looks like a CBBC show. The whole time. I don't know where the
Wait, is
fuck
that the
their
bit where
money's going.
she started like morphing?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were talking a bit where she like.
No,
Oh.
like just the whole episode is like, oh, it looks like the Raven or something.
Because that scene was fucking hilarious. I saw it on TikTok and I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, it's just bad, and she doesn't like she gets beamed, and then like you wouldn't think it because like she looks completely fine. She has sustained no damage. There's no scratches, no scrapes. Not even her clothes are dirty. She fell on the floor. You would think that she'd be a bit dirty. No, and she's like, damn it. And then her hand starts regenerating. Like, fuck. Yes, let's go get ice cream. She's like, they get ice cream. They sit on the TARDIS and watch the Earth. And she's like, I think I'm gonna die soon. Oh, okay. And like they've been fucking queer baiting the shit out of these two
Oh yeah,
this
yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
What do they do with it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Damn.
They
Nothing.
literally said in like one of the episodes, like, you love her, don't you? I can fucking tell. And nothing comes of it. Nothing happens with it at all. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really. I don't often like it when the Doctor fucking falls in love with her companions or whatever. But if it has to happen, do it. Then
Just
at
do
least
it. Yeah.
do
Just go with it. Yeah. If you're gonna do it, just run with it.
The Doctor has kissed companions before, but like this one, they just couldn't do it. They don't even resolve it and go, Yaz, I'm too old for you or something. They just don't bring it up at all and then end it.
Interesting.
They're like, Yaz, you have to go to Liverpool. I need to regenerate on top of a hill. And yeah,
Honestly,
that's the episode.
just
It's so fucking long. It has nothing going on. It's just that, like, for an hour and a half, just pointless bullshit that means nothing. I feel like people like it though. I don't know why.
yeah, people seem to really love it. I think they're into it for like the nostalgic purposes. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
that guy's
Oh
back.
my
This
God,
first,
Peter Davidson is back.
I think that's all it actually is, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Look, it's fucking that one from the other ones. Great.
Yeah, I mean,
damn. And then she regenerates and she's not Nchuti Gatwa. She's David Tennant. He's
honestly,
back.
that scene is hilarious.
Why?
Well, her catchphrase is stupid, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
the effects look so funny. Like, I literally was just in tears. I couldn't stop laughing. It
Yeah,
looks so
regenerations are
bad.
supposed to be like epic and cool.
Yeah, this
And they're
was
supposed to say like
hilariously
cool
awful.
one-liners at the end, like fucking Peter Capaldi did, or like fucking Matt Smith or whatever, or David Tennant, who was one of the most famous ones. Yeah, he was like, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, we don't want you to go either, David, no! And what does she fucking say? What the fuck?
I think she said something like, what, tag your it or something.
Doctor whoever I'm about to be.
Tag your
Tag your it. Like, oh, no.
That was fucking
And
shit.
she goes, and fucking regenerates.
It was
into
really
David
funny.
Tennant.
I think that was what everyone got excited about. That they were like, "Oh my god, David Tennant!" Wow.
Hey, I'm excited for
Yeah,
Tennant.
same.
I got
Why
pretty
is he
excited.
back,
It was
though?
even spoiled for me, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll have
Yeah.
to fucking watch this then.
It's for the 60th anniversary. They're doing like, I think 3 or 4 specials of him and Catherine Tate coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then what? Who's
And that'll
the
be
new one?
fucking awesome. That will just be good, like straight up.
Yeah, him,
With
Russell
fingers
T
crossed.
Davis back.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Dream Team.
Yeah.
Catherine Tate. She
Oh,
was
wow.
the best one. And
I didn't watch that
so
far ahead,
was
to be
Tenet,
fair.
but who knows? Yeah, it sucked. I don't know why people like it. I'm glad it's over. Don't watch it.
Hopefully,
I
this
never
will be
will.
like the breath of fresh air the show needs.
Hopefully.
I still won't care.
Because I feel like if it doesn't improve, it's probably not going to have much life left in it.
No, and then just do it again.
That's true. That's what they did before, isn't it? They stopped it, and then yeah.
Because you can just restructure it entirely, and you can get entirely new people to do it. And you just be like, yeah, it's like this. It's the same show. You could do something entirely different with it. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I feel like they got to get to a point where they run out of ideas, though, completely.
I feel like they have.
Yeah, definitely. But like,
Yeah, it's been
eventually
on the
they'll
air for
get
about
to
a
the
million
point where
years.
they don't have even a single idea. They're literally just doing the same episodes
Run out of
again.
everything.
Then you just do longer episodes, two-parters of the
Yeah.
same idea.
They'll do like an episode where they go back to another episode, like some end game shit.
Maybe.
I feel like they've done that.
They'll start doing like, yeah,
I
nothing
feel
but
like they've
pop
done that
culture
before, I don't
references and
know.
stuff.
They'll just like start telling like one story over a season, which they've done before, but they actually splice it with like different things that are going on. Like this time we're on a spaceship and there are dinosaurs on it, and here's this crack. Here this time we're with the weeping angels, and then we're in a forest. Also, there's that crack again, and they do that over a season. I think Moffat used to do that a lot. He liked his overarching stories to tell. With the Matt Smith era.
I was going to say, was that Matt Smith
Yeah.
era? I remember watching
Yeah,
that
I
first
don't mind
episode
it.
with the
I
the
thought I
crack.
have fond memories of that one. But yeah. Russell T bringing it back. We hope.
Well,
Excited for Tennant, excited for Katwa.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
no, who will not?
Yeah, I always say, I'm never watching it again, but like, come on. Let's be real. I'm going to watch it forever. I don't care. I don't care. It's gotten so fucking. The bar is like horrendous. They've had some stinkers, and I still watched it. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be bad, and I just watch it anyway.
See, I just don't care.
This is the only one. This is the only thing I think that I do that with. Like, yeah, this is going to be bad. Like, I have no investment in any other show that I think is shit, apart from this one.
I was like that with the Star Wars franchise for a while, but now I've like, there's so much with Disney Plus existing. I just don't care.
I ain't fucking watching Andor.
It's getting too much.
I'll watch that eventually. Apparently, it's all right.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
Mandalorian season 3, and I'm fine.
True.
Do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Should we get on to?
We watched movies.
We did.
Evil Dead. Those ones.
Movies.
Sam Raimi's trilogy. And also the other one that came out pretty recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2013. Yeah.
Fede Alvarez's Evil Dead. We watched that and talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back to the beginning. 1981, The Evil Dead. It's basically a group of college students go to this cabin that they've rented for the weekend. And while they're there, they find a mysterious book. And while going through it, they accidentally unleash a demonic force. And then there's zombies.
And then there were zombies.
Yeah,
This only happens to white people. This would not happen to anyone else.
true.
Always white people who do these things. Oh, let's go into a cabin
I
in the
agree.
woods. You've not seen Cabin in the Woods? You don't know what's going to happen?
Yes,
Idiot.
yeah, it's like the ones who are like, oh, did you hear that noise? We
Here's
should
this
totally go over
guy
there.
Is like, I found this creepy recording of this guy saying fucking voodoo words. Let's listen to it.
And
Let's
say the
fucking see
voodoo
what
words
happens.
out loud.
I found this book that was written in blood.
We should totally read
You
the whole
dummies.
book.
You idiots. Good movie though. Sam Raimi, he's one of the good ones, isn't he?
He's
Yeah,
He's
very
one of the
interesting.
real great
yeah.
ones.
Yeah, and this is his first movie.
That's insane. That is insane. You could bring this out today. I think it would still do well. I love the effects as well. I think you could do these effects today and they'd still look amazing.
Yeah.
But with the newer ones or like the new one that like just CGI it, just doesn't have the same sense to it. Bless you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think it's definitely a good movie, and probably for its time it was like what the fuck. But I don't think it's like amazing particularly. I think this one's a lot of the other ones they go for like comedy. But this one I don't think goes for comedy all that much. I think it's really
Yeah.
just sort of shooting for a horror vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely comedic in points, I'd say.
Mhm.
I think a lot of it is like very darkly comedic, whereas the other two, like, it's very obvious what's meant to be funny. I feel like
Yeah.
the humor in this is a lot more subtle.
I don't know. Whenever people say it was a black comedy or it was a dark comedy, I'm like, oh, so it wasn't funny. That's what I think about fucking black comedy. I'm like, yeah,
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, because sometimes
I always
it's
do that.
not
I'm
funny,
like, what
is
was I
it?
supposed to get out of that? And then I Google it, and it's like, this is a black comedy. I'm like, oh, okay, one of those that thought it was trying to be funny just with the way it was, but it
I don't know.
wasn't.
I feel like I guess you could say that about this one, but I
It
also
has its
don't.
moments for sure. It's definitely
Yeah, it
um,
doesn't make me
funny
feel
at
like
times.
it was intentional though. In this film, anyway. In the others, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't come across to me as they were trying to make it funny. It just happened to be
Yeah,
a little
this
bit
is a lot
hee hee hee.
lower key.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
They really fucking go over the top with the other ones. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's why
insane
the other
stuff
ones are like-
happening, yeah.
Yeah, overtly flamboyant like that.
I think there's a lot of like charm to how obvious this is like a passion project to someone, how obviously low budget it is in a lot of places. You can tell that a lot of time and love has been put into it, even if not a lot of money has been put into it. But I feel like they do a really great job of like making the most of what they have.
Yeah, definitely. And you can tell because they're just talented people doing it. You got all that great camera work, especially like towards the beginning. I'm like, that's how you know you're watching something different. That fucking camera just going through the forest like a person with a GoPro.
Oh yeah.
That's like-
Yeah, I'm pretty
That's
sure
great.
they like took a camera and like stuck it inside of a steering wheel or something. That they created like the steady cam thing.
He
Yeah,
did
because
it.
I guess you just kind of hold it still, don't you, and move.
Yeah,
Kind of creepy.
he did it. It was him. He crafted it. He's one
Whoa.
of the true
The
pioneers
OG.
of camera technology.
The OG.
I thought it was quite slow though. Like just my own personal preferences. It's like an hour and fucking 25 minutes or something.
It felt a little bit longer because
Yeah, I feel a bit.
I feel like when you have a film that short, I feel like the pacing needs to be a bit more
something has to happen.
on it. Yeah.
But it's like, okay, the zombies, and then it's just like running away from zombies. More of that. Still like a lot of really good stuff going on, but for me, I don't think like it never gets as good as like some of the others.
Yeah.
Because maybe they were just trying to figure out like what they were trying to do here, or like what
Yeah,
kind of thing
maybe.
they wanted to like accent a bit more. Like, is it more trying to show like the great camera work and like gore and like the makeup and all that, which is stellar, or is it trying to tell this like fleshed out story? Pun intended. Because the story, I mean, it's fine. It's a fine enough story. I think people go to the cabin in the woods and then monsters, but yeah, I don't know. It's good enough. Certainly, I saw this for the first time. God, maybe last year I think, and I saw it in the cinema. What a time that was. You got to see
What
these
a
movies for
time.
the first time at the cinema, if you can. But this was definitely one of them to see. I think I saw like a lot of the great ones back in. Was it last year or was it the year before? They just did like a bunch of them at View.
I think they've done them both years.
Yeah, so yeah.
So see, we saw The Exorcist last year.
Oh, we fucking did as well.
yeah. I remember that. That was a time.
Yeah. This still works on a small screen though.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
definitely one of those.
Because it's a very simple movie, I think.
Mhm.
It's all set in this one setting.
Yeah, it's quite easy to follow.
Yeah. There's not loads of stuff going on. It's kind of just all very self-contained in this cabin.
Mhm. Yeah, just watching them go insane. You got that one girl fifth wheeling them. I don't know who she
Yeah.
was. Like two couples and then like just one girl. Like, who are you? I don't know like any of these people's names.
I don't either.
I know Ash. Is it
That's it,
Linda,
innit?
who's his girlfriend?
Yeah, that's
I
all I
think-
know.
But then like I didn't know like I was like, is she his girlfriend or is the other one his girlfriend? And I just kept not knowing. I don't know. I think what brings it down for me is that they don't really care when their friends die. I feel like if they actually like experienced like anguish or like no, my best friend, we've gone out here and they're all turning into zombies. I had to kill
Yeah.
my girlfriend. I had to kill my girlfriend
Yeah.
and bury her. That's fucked up. He doesn't
Actually, yeah,
cry.
yeah.
He doesn't even care. He's like, gotta be done, I guess. What was it they fucking
Pretty
say?
fucked up, to be
You
fair.
got,
Isn't
like,
it?
Ash and fucking Chet or whatever his name is. It's like, oh, Scotty. Scotty's like, Shelley's dead. We gotta bury her now. That's the line. He says it in the most nonchalant way ever.
Maybe he never
He
really
says,
liked her, you know.
Is it Ash who fucking says it? Shelley's our friend. We can't bury her.
Oh wow.
But yeah, we all know that you're friends. Like, you don't have to say it
Well,
to him.
apparently they do.
Scotty, fucking Shelley's our mate, you know? Can't bury her. Like, what? They just don't care. They just don't care about their friends dying.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like even in the remake they care.
Yeah, yeah, they care more than the remake about their friends dying. But they were also all awful people.
Oh my god,
that
aren't
one.
they just?
Here it's like, you see like Ash as like kind of a scared guy, or like he doesn't know what's going on, and like he's like won't use an axe because he's like petrified of what the fuck's happening. I think I will say with this franchise, at least, I do like seeing him grow as a person, and like there's like this trilogy takes place over like a couple of days, the whole trilogy, maybe.
Yeah, it probably
Like a
is. It's
week or
probably like
so,
I was
maybe.
thinking it's probably like a
And
week.
This is like one night. This happens. Like,
Yeah.
oh my fucking god.
Can you imagine all
all
of that
that.
happens in one night? It feels like it goes on for like a year. Do you know what I mean? It's just so much stuff.
Yeah.
I love it when he puts his hand through the mirror and it's like water.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
gnarly, to
cool.
be fair.
Fuck. How did they do that? That's so cool. I love the way that like the wounds spread on them, or like they're using like stop motion sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the stop motion stuff's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like in that final sequence where like all the like monsters turn into like claymation sort of creatures. That bit's insane.
Yeah. I love it. I think they should use more stop motion with horror movies nowadays, because it's like it is creepy to watch people move like that, or like move like they're fucking clay or whatever, and have that sort of stuttered effect to
Yeah.
them.
There's that creature in The Conjuring 2 that's stop motion, and that's like insane.
Yeah. More of it, please. Only use it for fucking Wendell and Wim these days. That's it. That's all they're doing.
I was like that Tim Burton thing.
No.
No.
Henry Selick.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Go on
sorry she
from me,
didn't want
mate.
to talk about that in this episode.
I forgot about it.
I
Be real,
forgot about
I
it. I
just
did-
remembered
There you
it.
go. That's all you need to know.
That's my review of that
That's all.
movie.
Damn.
Biggest disappointment of the year. Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah, I love the way that when they like say like someone, it's like the scene where someone gets like infected, it will just like look like a spider web as it like
Yeah.
gets bigger and bigger. It's so cool.
It is cool. Yeah. I feel like what was it? Like Linda who gets her hand possessed, or Shelley or something. She's like, fuck. She's like writing like really scribbled stuff. He's like, oh, my hand is possessed. I feel like you'd leave at that point.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably would.
But they
Yeah.
just got there and she's like, all right, well,
I guess my
I
hand's
don't
just
know, false
possessed.
alarm, but my hand just
Yeah.
got possessed and I drew this weird thing. It's like a book or something. I don't know. Don't look for any books. Whatever you do, she's like, you literally received a sign to not look for books. And they're like, look at this book. Ah! Written in blood. These people are
They
insane.
brought it on themselves.
They do, yeah.
You know? Like, how am I supposed to feel bad for you?
Oh, as much as I like the trees going to life, I will say that's like a pretty weird scene when she's like getting raped by that tree.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy
Yeah,
it in this
yeah.
one.
I
I
don't-
didn't
I don't
enjoy it in the
like it.
other one.
Yeah,
So
I think even Sam Raimi doesn't like it anymore.
No, I don't blame him.
I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like it's just a bit too much. You know?
It's a bit much.
Uh,
Wouldn't show like a tree raping a man though, would they? Couldn't do that.
apparently
Terrible.
not.
No,
All
I think
that
that's
blows
why he hates it.
Yeah,
He thinks it's like really sexy.
it is a bit. I'm not going to pretend to be offended by it, but I'm like, all right.
Yeah, at the same
Bit
time,
stupid,
it's
isn't it?
pretty fucked up. It's
Yeah.
like quite a disturbing scene.
Probably the most horrifying part of the movie.
It didn't really
I think.
have to. Didn't
Yeah.
really have to be done either. To be
No.
honest.
No.
Oh well.
Oh well.
It'd be done. Oh, hear that crunchy crunch noise.
Hope you heard that, Aurora.
On the Blu-ray set of this, there's like a really, really interesting making of documentary about this movie.
Mhm.
I think it's like I think it might actually be slightly longer than the movie.
Wow.
But it's like, it had a really interesting like production story because it went on for years trying to make the movie. I think by the time they were finishing it off, the entire cast except for Bruce Campbell had quit
Oh,
just
Christ.
because it had gone on for so long and they
Yeah,
didn't want to carry on working on it.
that's fair. I guess.
yeah, it's quite tedious, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, they were getting like funding through like getting loads of bank loans and maxing out credit cards, and then they started cold calling loads of companies asking if they wanted to invest.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a shame. You have to do that.
Yeah.
Your passions, projects. But needs
Paid
must,
off,
I guess.
though.
They made
Yeah.
the movie.
Got to respect them for doing it. It
Yeah.
shows
Yeah.
just how passionate they were about the movie,
Mm,
and it massively paid off because it was a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
which is good.
Stephen King watched it and he was like, I want to give you funding for the next one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think all over the poster when it came out, it was like him saying it's the most original horror movie he'd seen in years.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll agree with that. It is very
Yeah, it's-
original,
it's-
very interesting.
Mm,
Very creative, I think.
Mm-hmm.
very kooky, isn't it?
That's what you get when you get like really talented creative minds who put their mind to something, even with like a low budget and not many locations or anything, small range of actors. If they really are creative enough, they can run with it, make something really interesting.
Yes. Invest in the new ones coming out. They'll be there. We're all seeing it nowadays. Not so much with A24 anymore because they've been taken over by just celebrities, which is a shame. But yeah, still good. You know, like when like Scotty like has like this massive fucking knife, and then like Shelley screams and there's like smashing noises in the room, and he like puts the knife down like really gently and just walks to the room. All right.
Yeah.
My girlfriend in there, she's been killed. Okay, put this knife down. Walk over there. He like looks around. He's like, Kelly, where are you, babe? Like, opening like the wardrobe, like the fucking the windows like smashed. He's like, you in here? No, whatever.
No urgency in any of these people,
no, there
is
is
there?
no
Like-
urgency to these people at all.
They're just like, oh, okay, this
All
thing's
right.
happening.
Just like doesn't she like get possessed? She's like standing there shrieking, and they're just like,
They just kind of look. Yeah, they just kind of look. Go like, okay.
she's gone insane. They don't even like try to shut her up or anything. Like, damn, just don't care. You know, I didn't realize that it was Cheryl, who was Ash's sister.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your girlfriend here,
Oh.
and you got fucking whoever, your sister.
And you don't care
You
about
just
them,
eat
obviously.
whatever.
Yeah.
She's like locked in the basement.
He was like, "This is for me."
This is for your own good, Cheryl. Oh, okay.
Fucking mental.
I do think it gives it like quite an original take on like the zombie sort of thing.
Oh yeah. What do we have before this? Like Night of the Living Dead
Yeah,
and
Dawn of the Dead
Dawn of
and
the
shit
Dead.
like that.
Yeah.
It was like the classic zombie you think of, whereas this is something different. It's not really a zombie at all. It's like
No.
more of like a possession sort of thing, I'd say.
Yeah. Still dead people though.
Yeah, and they're really
Sort of.
creepy at points, I think. I
Mhm.
love the way they like talk and taunt the other people.
Yeah. It's really fun. I'm sure they had like, a lot of fun with that. That probably took ages to fucking sit down and do the makeup for. There's like so much like gooey shit. Like,
Yeah.
There's so much goo. It's a very gooey movie.
It's
there's
kind of
got, like,
gross. to
different
be
like
fair.
fleshy parts on them, all that. But the performances are really good. I think when they're not like, I won't like say that all the performances are like top notch or whatever. Like I don't really give a fuck about Scotty or whatever.
Mm.
Like they could take them or leave them, but like when they're like covered in like all that zombie shit, they really go for it. It's really great.
Yeah, definitely. None of the characters are really that developed at all. I don't think there's any characters that I really find that interesting in this. They're all
No.
very bland and
Yeah,
forgettable.
to be honest, like I don't even know their names. Like that's just how like little
No, I
I
literally just
think
know
I cared.
Ash, and that's mostly because he's in all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got Ash, Linda.
So was someone called Chet? Did you say?
Shelley.
Did I make that
No, Scotty.
Scotty.
It's like- it's one of those Chet type names.
Oh right.
Fucking Chet to the world. Yeah. I don't have loads to say on it.
No,
I just think it's a solid movie.
just
I don't love it though.
it's just kind of one. It's just kind of one of those films, really, isn't it? It's
I appreciate
kind of
it.
yeah. Did you want to rate it? Do we want to rate it? Like,
No, I don't really feel like it.
I'm just looking over at Chris, and he's just not.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
What are we gonna rate it out? Sorry, I should say, like, we've been drinking like the night before this, so
feel like everyone's
really
kind of-
out of it. Like that's maybe why.
Yeah.
yeah, like it seems like no one can string a sentence together today.
So I was just reading on Letterboxd. I was trying to think of anything else to say.
Yeah.
There's just not really much to say there, really, is there? Like, I mean,
No.
kind of one of
Decent
their
film.
movies, yeah. It's
That's what it is.
solid. There you go. Go on, and Chris, what were you rating it out
Take it
of?
away.
I don't know.
Scotty's.
Scotty's, sure. Yeah, I really like this movie. I'm not sure if it's my favorite in the. Well, it's definitely not my favorite in the trilogy, but I'm not sure if it's my least favorite or not. But I think it's really well made, really creative, interesting little horror movie. Give it 8 Scotties out of 10.
Yeah, it's my least favorite in the trilogy, but not because it sucks. It's because those other ones are far better, in my opinion. 6 Scotties out of 10. Thanks, Scotty.
Yeah, same sort of reasonings. 6 Scotties out of 10.
Evil Dead 2. It came out sometime later. 1987, directed by Sam Raimi. Direct continuation of the last one. Ash is still at the cabin.
Yep.
The bridge that they could have got out of there on is gone. It's been destroyed. He's like, well, that's lame. I have to stay in this cabin and fucking go insane then. And it's all about watching him go insane. And then like some people come. They are the daughter of the man who used to live there and did the weird voodoo incantation that they listened to on the tape. He's like, I want to go and find these pages in these. I want to find this book. I need this book. He wrote the book. I have to go there dressed as a minion and just have fun. And then I find Ash in there and he's got insane. It's all about just having a good time, I guess.
Dressed as a minion.
She's dressed like a minion, yes. She's got the blue shorts and the yellow top. One of the great the
God
first
damn.
great Minions
Yeah.
movie. I like how they remake the scenes from the last movie in this one. First,
Yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah, I was kind of like that. Chris explained it before
Yeah, it's 'cause
it happened.
Like, as part of like distribution and stuff, they sold the rights to the first movie and they couldn't get them back to show like a recap at the beginning of this one. So they were just like, yeah, let's just do it again.
Oh,
Yeah,
remake
just remake it, different
movie.
actor.
Yeah,
For Linda.
I guess that makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's good. I like it because they do it in the third movie as well. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
think with
remake
that one
those.
they just did it intentionally because
Yeah.
they did it with this one as well.
Mm.
Very fun. Very funny. This
Yeah,
is
it's good
another.
as well because I think this film tonally is completely different to the first one, so it makes it feel much more in line.
Yeah, this one's a straight up comedy, horror comedy. Just wacky bullshit going on.
Yeah,
Not
it's
taking anything
insane.
seriously because it doesn't take itself seriously.
That's the thing. Yeah, you
And
can't
that's where you
really.
have fun with it. And this is, one of the really great movies. I think one of the big ones, one of the heavy hitters that people talk about a lot, and is revered throughout the filmscape.
Yeah, one of the best sequels ever made.
Yeah, right up there with Shrek 2.
Yeah,
Right up there with Shrek 2 and Kung Fu Panda 2. One of the best
True.
sequels ever. Yeah. I love it. I love watching him go insane and cut his hand off. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy
that
bullshit.
is.
I don't know
mad.
what could happen in this one. Maybe his hand gets possessed. He's just, like throwing himself around with his hand, and like he's got to cut his own hand off with a chainsaw. It's crazy. And then the hand still is possessed when he cuts it off, so he's like gets caught in a mousetrap, and he's like shooting it through the wall or whatever. How does the hand have a voice? And it's like sounds like a fucking Jawa or some bullshit like that. And it's
It's pretty.
cool.
Cool. I think that was pretty
Doesn't
cool.
matter.
to be fair.
It's just insane. It's just batty.
Yeah, it's like very kooky, but that I kind of expect that from
Oh, I love
Sam Raimi
Yeah.
movie, so that's kind of why I
I
liked
feel
it.
like a lot of the time in this movie it's kind of like almost like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
it.
Yeah, it's like
It's
the
like
most
very
over the top,
cartoony
isn't it?
and like there's loads of slapstick.
Yeah, love it. I love when he like has to put his hand under a bucket, and he like puts like a stack of books over the bucket, and the top book is A Farewell to Arms.
Yeah. So
Okay, great.
They just went with it though, didn't they?
Oh,
yeah.
This is dumb.
Oh, damn, this is like the worst night ever. This is horrible. This is like the same night, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, it was just like the second night. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No,
like,
it's-
gets knocked
like,
out.
Jesus
He turns
Christ.
into a zombie, sort of half a zombie.
Oh, and it
Yeah,
comes
then it
back
becomes
to.
daytime and he
yeah.
becomes normal again.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did he become a zombie?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand
I
that
don't
either.
know.
He got to get like.
Because he got spun around.
Yeah, he got
He got
spun
spunned.
around. That was it. He got spun.
The book was like, get spun, idiot, and then
And
he
became
turns
a
into
zombie. For like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's such a weird part of that movie as well.
What was up with that guy? It was like
What one?
just like that dude who was there.
the redneck guy.
Yeah, the redneck. Like, what was his problem? Just like a bad guy, just all in all, and then like his girl gets killed. He's like, oh, that's it. I'm out of
That's
here. Yeah, now I've had enough. It was-
At least he actually reacts to his girlfriend dying.
yeah, he actually cares. Ash is there like, what do you? Just a girlfriend. Like, what does it matter? My girlfriend died last night. You see me crying about it? No. He's gone through hell.
Yeah.
He's like so
Do you care
emotionally
about it?
switched
No,
off. Yeah.
But then, I don't know. He's
It's
got
like
insane
nothing-
also. He's like, he's clocked out.
Yeah, there's like
Clearly.
nothing behind his eyes,
He's
man.
fucked.
Maybe that's just why. Maybe he just thinks like nothing's real. Everything's just
Yeah,
like
maybe.
an illusion to him. To be fair, I probably think everyone's an illusion as well.
Yeah, and like when like the guy gets possessed and like he just like floats there and he's just like cackling. It's so fun. It's so great how they do like those effects as well. It looks real, you know, and it doesn't look
Yeah.
like they've like put fucking Ant-Man on the green screen. And, like, look, he's flying. It's like we know he's not flying. And this is like clearly he was like suspended or something on like a
Yeah.
wire or whatever. It just looks good. It's a very good looking movie, and all in all, they've still got the goo and the blood and the gore, and that's what you want from these Evil Dead movies. You want more gore, more evil. You want to sense the evil, and that's it. That's what I think like modern horror doesn't really do all that well. Sometimes, like those Conjuring movies, it's like this. He was possessed by the literal devil, and it was crazy. This is the most evil being in the world. And it's like, is it? But here,
Yeah,
you're
just
like,
a
yeah,
guy
these
with
people
like
are
a scratch on its face.
yeah. Here, it's fucking like they're insane.
It's so
and there's,
played
like, they,
down,
wanna,
isn't it?
they are evil. Want to swallow your soul. That's what they say.
Yeah.
We'll
They-
swallow your soul. You're like, damn, I
I'd be like-
believe you.
Yeah, I'd be like, go on then.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Another great line. Swallow this. Like, yeah, amazing.
There's a lot of
Fucking
really
amazing.
great one-liners in this movie.
Or like the
Yeah.
groovy thing.
Groovy. That's the best.
So fucking good.
The best thing about that is just how like dramatic the build up to it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were watching it and Chris was like, Darcy, are you ready for the best scene in any film? And I was like, okay, what's happening? And it was all like dramatic and all the stuff was going on. He had like this chainsaw arm and he just goes,
Yeah.
groovy.
Fucking stellar.
Darcy
Stellar.
just like bursts out laughing. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Bruce
So-
Campbell is amazing in
Yeah,
this.
there's a video of like a packed screening of the movie, and when he says groovy, everyone just starts cheering.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's
Yeah, Bruce
yeah,
Campbell's
that's
amazing in
classic.
this.
Mhm.
Like one of the great comedic performances, I think.
Oh yeah.
he's quite a funny guy, to be fair. I mean, I know he didn't, write this or anything, but
Well, he was kind of involved with like making it.
I just mean
Everybody left but him in the first one.
that is true. Actually,
Like
he was the
him,
only
his
one
baby.
Yeah, 'cause
dedicated
he was
enough.
like
Him
one
and
of the
Sam Raimi's
producers as
baby.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, he was devoted to that.
You gotta be. Go this fucking batshit.
Yeah, for real. Like, the movie's just weird,
Yeah.
man.
But Chainsaw for a Hand is fucking sick.
It was pretty sick,
It's
to
so
be
cool.
fair.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize in the my first watch, but in this one I was like, oh, like they read the book and they see there's like a prophecy in the book where a guy who's dressed like Ash has a chainsaw for a hand. Look, it's him. And the last movie that I haven't seen, like to see what that becomes of prophecy wise, and Yeah, it's just good. I think it's good to rewatch it. It's like not a movie you need to rewatch in terms of like understanding everything that's going on, but
Yeah, because it's kind of its own
only
thing,
one
really,
that's just
isn't
like-
it? I suppose.
it's very isolated.
Yeah.
But it's like just a solid fucking comedy
I kind of
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
overall.
all three of these movies you could just watch
in a vacuum.
on their own,
Yeah,
and
probably.
it would be whatever.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's something I like about them.
Mm-hmm. You don't need to watch them all for
What continuity or
in
whatever.
continuity's
Yeah,
sake. Yeah, just
you could just kind of watch them in whatever order, and no
Yeah.
matter.
I think in a lot of ways, this movie kind of just takes the first movie and basically does it again, but a lot better. It improves
Mhm.
on everything that movie did well and everything that movie didn't do well. Like the characters are much more interesting, especially Ash, who's like a completely different character, but he's like so entertaining. He has so much presence on screen. Obviously, massively helped by Bruce Campbell. I don't think any other actor could have done it quite as good as this. It's like the
Yeah.
perfect role for him, I think. The cinematography as well is like just as creative as the first movie, but probably a lot better. I think there's a lot more talent
yeah, I think
on
so.
there. Clearly, a lot more budget and time and effort has been put into everything, especially like the effects work, which is all really stellar.
They painted the clouds.
Yeah,
They look amazing.
yeah,
Always like that in any movie. It's like maybe you could see where it's painted, but it's like just looks good. Like Star Wars, you can see how all that's like painted. That's better than having like a CG fucking.
Yeah, I kind of like
Definitely.
that though. I like the
Grey
whole
sky,
practical
you know.
effect thing.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell where the money went,
Yeah.
or like where the artistry comes in to it. All great stuff, and you know, just you gotta love a lot of goo.
Yeah, there's a lot of good in
Yeah.
this one too, to be fair.
I also really like the camera being used for like monster POV shots as well, which I think they do maybe a bit more in this one. As they're like coming up towards the house, or like they'll like there's always something like following him. You
yeah.
feel, or like something that could be following him. I guess it was like not like a guy, but more like a presence, like an evil force was always coming to the house
Yeah.
and making him go insane.
Whoa.
A note I had about Bruce Campbell's performance, which I forgot to bring up earlier, is that kitchen scene where he's fighting with his possessed hand. Apparently, was completely improvised by Bruce Campbell.
Oh, really?
That's great.
I
He's a
kind of enjoyed that,
genius.
yeah.
It's one of the best scenes in the movie.
Yeah, where he's like smashing plates over his head like a Three Stooges.
Yeah,
or something.
Careful with the plates. He actually cut his hand off for authenticity's sake. He did it. Oh dear, so fun.
So fun.
Don't know if there's actually loads to say.
There's not
about
That's
loads,
what I
is
mean.
there? Yeah, I'm like, well,
I
don't
feel
know.
like this is the kind of set of movies where it's just,
They're just fun.
yeah, they're just
Yeah.
fun. There's no deep analysis into any of this, really, is there?
You're like that one zombie who's like locked up in the basement, and then like, is it somebody like gets swallowed in the basement, and then it just like sprays a bunch of fucking blood
Yeah.
out.
That was pretty sick to me.
at the minion character. Yeah, insane. Always like just copious amounts of blood being used. Like, oh, it's not fucking.
Yeah, don't shy away
anything.
from
It's
it.
not necessary, is it? Or just it's not very realistic. It's like, who cares?
We've also got the bit where the eyeball like flies into someone's mouth.
Oh, that was disgusting, to be fair.
yeah. It's great. Oh, so
It
good.
was like so visceral,
and
that
a
bit.
gigantic hand at the end.
Yeah, big
comes
tree
in.
hand.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They really went for it. They really went for it. And fucking just swallowed by a black hole at the end.
Just
Deposited
to top it
into
all off.
ancient times.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what the fuck?
strange.
Like,
Yeah,
How
that's-
could this have possibly have ended? But like, this is what we get, and it's like still good. Surrounded by a bunch of knights.
yeah, it's so bizarre, isn't it?
The whole film, I feel like, is very, very bizarre, but that just kind of
Yeah.
adds to it. This is like, it's a super unique movie. I can't think of any other movie that's quite like this, especially in the tone and how it like manages to balance horror and comedy so perfectly.
You'd be hard pressed to find another one, I tell you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe just like ones that were trying to do what this did, or something like that. I think like Shaun of the Dead, maybe. Even then, that's not like as fucking weird as this
No.
sort of. But yeah, have a great time with this one. was glad to watch it again. Glad I got the Blu-ray as well. The Blu-ray box set of the trilogy I got. Looks amazing. Thanks, Sam. You want to go on to ratings?
Yeah, sure.
2 out of Groovies.
It can only
Yeah.
be Groovies.
Yeah, this is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I'd probably say it's my favorite horror comedy. Just I've watched it so many times and it never fails to make me laugh. Just absolute blast. Probably one of my comfort movies because it's just so dumb, just so much fun. Don't have to think about anything. It's super, super short as well, so you're in and out pretty quickly. It's just like a great one to watch. So yeah, I'll give it 10 Groovies out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's one of the good ones, one of the great ones.
Mm.
You can watch it at any point. It'll hold up because it's just solid and groovy. Yeah, probably my favorite in the trilogy. Probably my favorite Evil Dead movie that's been done. I think they're making a new one next year.
Yeah.
Are they?
Evil Dead Rise, I think it's called.
Interesting.
How boring. This is not boring. This is great. This is so much fun. Love it. 9 Groovies out of 10.
I'd be hard pressed to remember what I'd even probably rated it something like really low.
I know what you rated it.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it a little while ago now, so I don't remember it as well as I probably could have, which probably just means I need to watch it again, if that makes sense. But I guess for the time being, I gave it 6, so I'm just gonna go with 6, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, not my shining moment there, but it might be one of those things. I think we watched it like one right after the other, so that was probably a big mistake.
Yeah.
For people like me, 'cause that was not a good idea.
We've been watching these movies for maybe 2 weeks.
Literally, like it's taken 2 weeks to get through 4 fucking movies. It's
This isn't even like the
ridiculous.
first time we've attempted to record this episode.
It's not. This is like the 3rd time. I'm
Something
pretty
like
sure.
that, yeah. Something like
We
that.
do it for you, boys. We do it for you.
We try.
So we try-
Sometimes.
Now I guess we're on to the last one of the
Yeah.
trilogy, Army of Darkness from 1992. About well, I guess it kind of follows on from the last one, where Ash gets sucked into this portal and he goes back to 1300 AD. That's what it says down here,
Yeah, whatever.
and has to fight an army of the dead to retrieve the Necronomicon so he can go home and be in his rightful time of living.
Yeah.
And what I mean, I guess from this, I kind of said this looks like some sort of Jason and the Argonauts kind of ripoff. Apparently, Sam Raimi's a fan of that, the guy who made that movie,
Yeah, Ray
right?
Harryhausen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it shows. It really does. And I don't hate that because my dad's a big fan of Jason and the Argonauts, so I've seen it a few times. And yeah, it's pretty fun. Pretty.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
I've not seen this before. It was really good though. Oh my god, this is like right up my alley. Just
Yeah,
going back to
yeah.
like medieval times and like fighting zombies and swords and all that bullshit. He's a fool for wanting to go back to his time and work at a fucking department store though. Like, why do you got everything you need here? You got a chainsaw hand. You're like their hero.
He's
They love
basically a
you.
god, isn't he? Like
at the
everyone,
end,
like
by the
just-
end, they love him.
yeah, he's the chosen one, man. Like everyone loves him. I mean,
No, tell me about. I want to go back to work at the range or something.
But where was it he works at? The S-Mart store. He's like
S-Mart.
shop smart, shop
Yeah.
S-Mart. That whole like, what would you call it? Like an epilogue or whatever. I don't know what you call them. Like a
Yeah, what at the end?
no, just that like whole speech that.
Monologue
Yeah, that's it. There's this
Oh.
whole monologue about fucking
One of the odds.
about his
This-
boomstick.
this boomstick. It's made
Yeah.
from Caribbean
This
oak wood.
is my boomstick.
It's $1.99 at the at the department store, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Because we obviously gone back to a time where like stores and
Guns
stuff
don't
don't
exist, yeah.
exist.
That's great. Well, not stores, but certainly guns.
Yeah, like I thought it was very funny.
It is funny.
I don't know.
I don't know how he got so good at fighting. It's been like 2 days. He's been doing all this bullshit.
Yeah, it's
for.
like it's almost like he's some sort of expert in
You
like
work at a
zombie
supermarket.
fighting. Yeah. Oh my god.
But it's still great. don't really care. Like,
Yeah.
it's not taking itself seriously.
Yeah, I
It's
like-
very funny.
Yeah, I like the fact that this one went full goofy.
Yeah, I
like,
think they go further with the comedy here.
Yeah.
It is just a straight up comedy at this
Mhm.
point.
yeah.
It's like The Mask or something.
Yeah.
Like just wacky shit, just like for the sake of it. You got like him fighting like little versions of himself for some reason. But
Oh,
I've got to go get the
yeah.
Necronomicon, and then like they ditched that idea, and they're like, I don't know, maybe what if he goes into like a windmill and he fights tiny little versions of himself. That's sort of where
Yeah.
it lost me. I think I was like, okay,
And then he swallows one and like tries to kill it by drinking boiling water.
yeah,
Then he doesn't kill it, and suddenly it starts just growing out of him. So he has
Yeah.
2 ashes attached to him.
I thought that was pretty cool because I turned around and I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
Chris, what on earth is going on here?
it was like, what the fuck? What is happening? It's really great ideas as well. It's like, how do you
Yeah.
think of that? They grew out of him, and then that version became the antagonist of the movie, sort of.
The plot is very, very loose. It kind of
Yeah.
just feels like it's just kind of there to sew up these like comedic set pieces.
Yeah, definitely. I think, and all the set design and the costumes are still like great. They're
Yeah,
still
definitely.
great. I'm glad that they've gone out of the cabin at least for this, because I can take it in the second movie because they did something entirely different with it. But if they just went like, oh, and he's in the cabin again, I'd just be like, oh, whatever. You need to do something different, and I think taking it vastly out of place from those first 2 is definitely the right way to go. And I love all the skeletons and all the Ray Harryhausen shit, all like the stop motion bullshit.
Yeah, I
going
like
on.
that stuff a lot.
That's so much fun. It's so
Yeah.
great. It's always better to see that than like either people like dressed up or well, I guess it depends what you do with it, but it's certainly better than just like rendering it in a computer.
Yeah, I was thinking because, like, I don't know, sometimes CGI, like, I know it's meant to be like quite expensive or whatever, but it ends up
Mhm.
looking sometimes worse.
It
like,
never
it just
feels as
yeah, it's just-
painstaking as when you see actual stop motion.
Yeah,
And not even
I
like,
appreciate it more. I think.
like really polished stop motion like we see today, like with that Wendell and Wild movie that came out. That was like so polished. Like the animation's really good in that movie.
Mm.
But it's so polished to a degree that it kind of doesn't matter.
Oh,
And like,
yeah.
but when you watch it in this, it's dirty and it's fucking gritty and fucking you can see the imperfections, but you also see the people who made it cared a lot about it and trying
Yeah.
to make it look as great as possible. And it's like, it's 1992
92.
and
Yeah.
just maybe they haven't like it's not
Nothing's
as
been
perfect
perfected.
as,
Yeah, I
like,
suppose. Yeah.
I don't know, like a Wes Anderson flick these days or something, or like a Henry Selick one. But like, fucking, they went hard in it with it, and it shows.
Yeah,
they all
they
love
tried
making the
their
movies.
best.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I appreciate that though. Sometimes, like, I know it's not quite the same, but you see how much fun people have doing that kind of thing as well. Like, the Final Destination movies,
Mhm.
when you go behind the scenes or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, we did this thing with like ketchup and loads of towel rags sewn together or whatever," and it's like, "Oh, that looks like fun. They're all having a good time." I don't know. It just seems has more heart for me. I don't know. Like,
As long as you're
okay.
having a good time, we'll have a
Yeah.
good time. You
Yeah.
know. I like that witch attack when he's like in the place, he's in the castle, and then the witch is like, you something.
You something.
And he's like, oh, I got this. And just like the fucking camera movement is like so far. It's like, and it's just like
Proper
trying to kill her.
jolty,
And, like,
innit?
she's going everywhere. It's great. It's so good. It's filmed so well. And I love all like the film grain with it. That's probably what helps it as well. There's all like, if you couldn't match this in like digital, it wouldn't feel the same.
I think that.
definitely.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It just feels right. I
It
don't
feels
know.
authentic.
A lot of great one-liners in this one as well.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you got Give Me Some Sugar, Baby.
Give me some sugar,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hail to the
Hail
King,
to the
baby.
king,
at the
baby.
end.
Yeah.
Fuck's
That
sake.
was so fucking cheesy.
Yeah,
I
like-
loved it.
And obviously, this is my boomstick, and there's a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it's really,
It's a really
well written.
quotable movie, I think.
It is, yeah. It's great. I love when that guy chucks him his chainsaw and he like catches it on his stump. It's like fucking Excalibur or something.
That was pretty
It's
sick,
supposed
though, to
to
be
be.
fair.
It's so cool. When
One
he's
of my-
like fighting that zombie in the fucking, or like that swamp monster
Yeah.
in the pit. Like, what the fuck? Who's this
In the
guy?
pit.
One of my favourite scenes is when he goes to get the book and he has to read out this passage so he doesn't release demons, and he's forgotten the last word, so he just like
Well, he's
tries to
coughing.
make
He's like,
mumbles it. Yeah, so good. They're like, repeat that line, and he's like, I got it. Like, I'm fine. I can do it. And he fucks it. It's so
it's
funny.
like, I said most of it.
Yeah, he's like, maybe I didn't say every single word correctly, but I said it. Yeah,
in a roundabout way, I pretty much got it. Yeah, so good, so fun.
How did you watch this? Because me and Chris watched the alternative ending for this movie.
There's
Also.
an alternative ending.
There is, yeah.
So basically, there's a director's cut on the Blu-ray. I think it's about 10 minutes longer, but it's got a different ending, which Sam Raimi wanted to be the main ending, but the studio wouldn't let him do it.
It's pretty dark,
Basically,
to be fair.
when he, instead of going back to the future, he has to like drink this like liquid. He has to have 3 drops, and then it like puts him to sleep for a certain amount of time. And he gets distracted by a noise and accidentally has 4 drops, and then wakes up in like
The
a
world's
post-apocalyptic
ended, yeah.
world. And he's like, I slept too long.
That's funny. I
And he's
gotta
like
see that.
screaming
Yeah,
over like the scene of like broken bits of Big Ben and stuff.
Yeah, it's really funny.
so dark.
no. Oh, I gotta watch that. Oh, I had no idea that was the thing.
No, neither did I.
Yeah.
Chris
I
was
didn't
like,
know I
"Oh,
could-
watch it."
Black Mirror Bandersnatch it.
Pretty
And watched
much,
something
yeah.
else entirely.
Yeah, I've never watched the director's cut, but I've seen that ending.
Yeah.
I do prefer the original
I
ending
think the
because it's
DVD I
hilarious.
used to have of the trilogy had that ending instead of the theatrical one, but I think I prefer the theatrical one.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know it's kind of like cheesy and corny, but that's kind of what this film is going
Yeah.
for. So I think it
And
was
it's got the
better.
Hail to the King, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hail to the King,
That
baby.
ending is hilarious as well. He's just like at the S
Yeah.
Mart, just like
The
tearing
zombie
it up.
appears and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave. It's great.
After all that, like, when he go back though? Like, come on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dear.
Oh,
So he
I
loved
don't
his
know.
life. He loved
Clearly.
working at S-Mart.
He did, apparently.
That's the place to be. I love his outfit as well. It's like this blue outfit with a cape on.
Oh, yeah. Grim.
He looks so good. He's such a pretty man.
He is,
So,
yeah.
I
They
have
did,
no problem watching this.
They did a follow-up TV show a few years ago called Ash versus the Evil Dead, and he's still working at the S-Mart.
I love
That's
that.
great.
He will never leave
Yeah,
that
he loved it. He
S-Mart.
loved the place. Clearly,
Yeah.
it was the time for him, I suppose.
Yeah,
I would have stayed in the past, but well, maybe I wouldn't. Who knows? Don't know.
Yeah, it's not like he has
Nah.
anything to go back to. His girlfriend's dead.
Got the savings,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
True.
all the S-Mart savings.
Maybe he just gets incredible colleague discount.
Maybe.
That's what it is. That's why he's been there so long.
How was the woman that you met in the past wearing lipstick?
There's a lot of things
We
about
gotta
this
make
film.
her
I just-
pretty and all that, so
question.
that Ash will want to fuck her.
I
We gotta
just-
put lipstick on her.
I feel
Why would
like
you get
that.
that?
Yeah. That's true.
Made it.
Guess so.
That's true, yeah, probably.
Like glass.
For real.
Oh, he keeps calling them primitive as well. He's like, I don't need to explain myself to you primitive people. It's like, why are you so mean? Like, all of a sudden. Like,
Yeah, he's been a bit of
why
a
are you
prick
being,
in this
like,
film, to be
prick?
honest.
For no
It
reason.
just didn't have to be this way.
He like saves their lives. He's like, you guys are.
He's like, you
animals."
guys are all stupid.
Oh dear.
I do love the ending battle scene. It's like so like crazily big. It's like
Mhm.
almost Helm's Deep like level of big.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's
It's
really
like
yeah,
so
it's-
much like great effect work. The
Mhm.
skeletons all look insanely good. Like a mixture of like stop motion
Yeah.
people wearing skeleton costumes and shit.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
that was pretty fun.
And they fucking do it. It's insane. It's insane artistry, and it just looks amazing. And like, I was thinking, like, remember that fucking Game of Thrones episode where they were like fighting in Helm's Deep
Yeah.
or whatever, and like they're in like the complete dark. I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
fuck,
that whole
I can't see a
episode's
thing.
like, yeah, you
And it's
literally
like,
nothing's.
yeah, well, this is also set at night time, and it looks fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, you got Bruce Campbell playing the evil Ash, whose like jaw keeps falling off while he's talking. That's like click it back into place.
Oh yeah, creepy, gross. Yeah, loved it. It looks so good. All his like outfit and like his like fucking charred face or whatever look freaky as fuck.
Yeah.
That is. He also gets like a robot hand. I don't know how they fucking managed to make that for him, but whatever.
Oh yeah, so yeah, some sort of like mechanical,
Yeah.
like
Then he's like sitting like in his
it's
room
like some engineering
with like a
shit going
fucking
down.
screwdriver,
Yeah.
just like screwing his metal robot hand.
Yeah, where do you
like,
get the screwdriver from?
Yeah, where do you get the screwdriver from? Also, what? How do you know how to manipulate your mechanical robot hand? You work at Smart. Like, there's like brand new technology. Like, how can you do all this bullshit? Like a superhero.
This is one of those movies where I don't really question that kind of shit.
Yeah, because it's just so
No.
It doesn't
stupid.
take
You just
itself
can't. Yeah.
seriously. It doesn't care about answering those questions. It's just like, just fun vibes.
Fun vibes. Fun vibes, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have all that much left to say on it. I
No,
think.
it's like 80 minutes long. It's really short, so it's not loads to it.
Quick and snappy. That's what we like.
Yeah, never overstays its welcome. It's just in and out pretty smoothly.
One of the great in and out movies.
Yeah,
What are we going to rate this one out of? In and outs?
sure. Yeah, I love this movie. I think it's really, really great. For a long time, I was not a big fan of it, but I think with age and like with more repeated viewings, I just like it more every time I watch it. So I give it like 8 in and outs out of 10.
Yeah, eight in and outs out of 10. That was a tongue twister and a half.
That is true. So now I'm gonna have to try to attempt this myself. 8 in and outs out of 10. There you go. That didn't take me very fucking long at all. And
Cowabunga!
so who's gonna introduce the greatest Evil Dead movie
Yeah,
of
I'll
all
do that.
time?
So
Kraken.
in 2013, Fede Alvarez, first time director, I believe, directed
Oh, okay.
Evil Dead, which is kind of a remake of the first movie, but I think it's
I guess.
also supposed to be set in the same universe. I'm not 100% sure. In it, a group of people again go to this remote cabin. One of them, Mia, is struggling with her sobriety. She's trying to give up. I think it's heroin she's addicted to, and her mates are basically there to do this intervention to kind of help her become clean and sober, until this dumb fucking guy finds the book, starts reading it,
wanker,
even though it says
yeah.
do not read. And
Yeah.
he brings the demons out.
He does it anyway because he
does
has
it.
no chill. I love the fact that it was like, don't repeat these words, and he's like, "Va, su, la, ba."
According to the tagline on Letterboxd, this is the most terrifying film you'll ever experience.
Right, let me tell you why that's wrong. Yeah, let me tell you why that's wrong.
Not only just like not terrifying, just not an
Who said
experience.
that? Who wrote that?
It's the tagline on
The
Letterboxd.
tagline on Letterboxd.
Well, Letterboxd needs to be told that that is just not true.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
watched this week with you guys. I don't remember it.
I forgot. Me and Max instantly went to a gig afterwards, came back and went, "Oh shit, we watched
Yeah, I
we watched
completely
Evil
forgot
Dead
we just watched
a
Evil
minute
Dead."
ago."
Yeah. It's boring. It's everything that sucks about fucking modern horror movies that don't try. Like,
It's very cliche-ish as
it's
well.
very cliche.
Yeah.
It looks like shit.
I don't think it looked that bad, to be fair.
No, but it's just like what? Like, it's got no charm to it.
Yeah,
Those
it's not as
original movies
rustic
have
or funny,
charm,
is it? I
But
suppose.
like this, it's just like it looks like everything else, and it's just
It
like
looks
the
very
same.
clean,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I suppose.
It's too clean. It's too. Like, you can't have that fucking dirty, gritty feeling from a movie when you like Evil Dead, the Evil Dead. When you're trying to make it in like the 21st century on fucking digital, you just can't get that same raw feeling from it. I'm really hard pressed to remember a single thing that happened. I think a lot of it was pretty funny, although like I was laughing at it and not with it, like I am with those old ones. This is not trying to be a comedy at all. This is just a straight up horror, and for that it suffers wildly.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've seen it a couple times now. When I first watched it, I think I watched it when it first came out on like DVD. I really, really liked it back then, but now there's definitely things I like in it. A couple of sequences I think are kind of fun in terms of horror shit, but most of it just kind of feels like what a lot of modern horror remakes are like, where they just take a classic movie and go, hey, you remember this iconic scene? Here it is again, but shit.
Yeah. What do they even do in this movie? I don't know.
You got the tree scene. I think that's pretty much the only thing they copied, to be fair.
When she gets raped by the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, why would they take like the worst one and just redo it?
Because it's cool and not epic.
None of the characters are interesting. Like,
No.
at least with the first original movie, they were just like boring. In this one, a lot of them are actually just quite unlikable. I don't think I liked a single character. I found them all quite obnoxious.
No, they were all horrible. I just wanted all of them to die so that we could finish the movie.
Like, they all took their dumb bitch juice, and I hated them all for it, especially that geezer who picked up the book in the first place.
It felt like it went on forever.
It was quite long for a film that wasn't that long.
Was it an hour and 20 something?
Hour and 30 something.
96 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just felt so much longer for some reason.
I think it's the longest one. Yeah, it's like the longest film in the whole franchise.
It just didn't need to be, really.
No, definitely. Because there's not
really
really
need to be
much
made, to
going
be
on.
honest.
No, well, they knew what was going on in those first movies. They knew how long it had to be, sort of. I'm not saying they couldn't have like cut down maybe the first one, but like they definitely could have cut down this one. Just don't know.
Yeah.
Just another one that, like, I don't know, what's popular? Evil Dead? Let's remake that. And it's just there now. It's like, it exists, and I guess we had to watch it. So we didn't have to watch it, but we made ourselves watch it for no
that is
fucking
true.
reason.
We didn't have to do that, so why did we do that?
Because it's there.
It was there. And then next year we're going to do Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be great.
No, I'm not going to watch it. Looks like shit. It just looks like the same.
Yeah.
Stop making it. Just do something else. Do something else, for fuck's sake. Lee Cronin. Do something else. I don't like it. I think it's just, I was just waiting for them all to die. Like, come on. Get this over with.
Yeah.
I want to leave.
Yeah,
I want to go to this gig.
I kept checking
I
my
just want
phone.
this to end.
Yeah, for me, I feel like the only bits I actually enjoy are like the horror sequences.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time they are quite insane. The gore, I think, is quite like well done. A lot of really great practical work, I think. And there's like a couple bits that I think are quite disturbing. It's like, especially the scene where she's like cut open the side of her mouth.
Oh yeah,
like,
that was
a bit
kind of
broken glass. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Got the person like cutting their tongue in half as well.
Pretty sexy.
Yeah.
100%.
Like cuts her tongue in half and then kisses that woman or whatever.
Oh, she was.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was minging.
Then like she has to like cut her own arm off with was it like a meat cutter?
Oh yeah, like a meat knife. Yeah. Ooh, that was gross.
Yeah, got the
fun.
Them using the nail gun as well. That was quite fun.
Yeah, using a nail gun at the beginning. I was like, they're going to use that to kill someone later. What do you know?
Yeah.
These people can. Who's that fucking the white guy with the blonde hair? He just could take an unbearable amount of punishment. Like, how the fuck he gets like nail gunned? He gets fucking stabbed directly in the heart.
Probably because he was the unlikable one. They knew that everyone would want to see him get hurt.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I guess that could be true.
I know you've been stabbed directly in the heart, Brett, but there's nothing a bit of duct tape won't solve.
Got a good point there.
For some fucking reason, I thought that'd work. And it does for a bit, for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird. And then he just keeps getting hurt. You should be dead. Like, just...
Yeah.
The stupidest movie could have done all these things to you and you would have been dead. Like this, it's like, he's alive because I don't know. We need someone to be alive. But then I don't know. No, you don't, because you could kill them all, and then it could end, and then I would be a bit happier, and I would feel like I would have not wasted my time with it.
Yeah. The film, like the last act, is really confusing. I don't really know what was going on. Like, they've read in the book that you can kill the demon by like burying it and like setting a fire or something. So they do that to
No one knows what it means.
And then after a couple minutes, he like takes her out the ground and like resuscitates her, and she's just not infected anymore.
Yeah. Better yet,
Yeah.
she's completely sober and lucid.
Yeah,
and she can walk around. She can do so many things.
She's just alive.
Yeah, she's great. Why? I don't know why.
Makes no sense.
I don't know. I never understood the explanation, to be honest.
Still going as well.
For some reason, her brother is dead. Her friends are dead. Just leave. I was like, oh,
For
God
sure.
damn it. I just wish he hadn't come back and then we could have ended it. But, like, what she, like, fights the zombie. Like, her arm gets crushed just to pull her arm off. Like, fucking 127 hours or whatever.
Oh yeah, and you see like bits of like muscle and stuff
she should be
tearing.
dead. She should be dead. Dead.
Wouldn't you die from like shock
Like,
or something?
You
Like
would
surely
die from the
like
pain. You would pass out from the pain. You die
Yeah.
from the shock of it. Like, you would not get to the point where, like, you would just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll rip my arm off. I don't care how
yeah.
much adrenaline's going through you. You can't do that. Like, surely. And
like,
then, like, she doesn't even bother treating it
Yeah.
or like cauterizing it whatsoever. Her house is on fire. She could
And
have
just like
done
rolled in the
just
dirt and
something.
stuff.
I don't
Like,
know.
is there no infections? Like, what is the crack with all this? It's just dumb.
And then it starts raining blood. She's like, okay. And she just walks away. She just walks away. Into
Like
the
nothing
forest.
ever happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. I guess that's
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't even know what to say to that, to be honest.
I don't know what more to say because I've forgotten most of the movie.
Yeah, it's quite
Um,
forgettable.
Yeah,
I guess, is that it? Is this the end?
I guess so.
Yeah. What are we rating this one out of?
Dumb bitch juices.
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain.
Blood
That sounds
Rain.
like a band.
Yeah.
I bet it is a band. If I looked it
Good
up
name
right
for a
now,
band. Write that down.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm
Or
gonna
a
see.
song?
Yeah, write that down.
What, like Blood Rain?
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, it could be either Reigns. Yeah, this isn't very good. It's not awful. I've seen far worse like horror remakes of the time, but it just doesn't hold a candle to the original trilogy. It's
Fair.
got things I like, but so much of it is really, really boring, and it's just, yeah, pretty dull. I give it 5 blood rains out of 10.
Dumb
Yeah,
bitch
it's
juices.
not good. It's not even mediocre. It's just a bad movie that was made by people who didn't care, for the most part, or at least the writers. Like, Jesus. Like, who? Well, Evil Dead remake and whatever. Make it a horror movie. That'll do something. I hate it. 2 fucking blood rains out of 10. It just sucks.
Well, that I feel like that's quite a strong opinion, but I feel like I didn't have an opinion really overall, so I'm gonna have to give it a 5 blood rains.
It was
out
so
of 10.
bad that I forgot about it
I did forget
immediately
about it, I
after
must
watching
say.
it. And
But that's
that
never a
can't
good
be
sign,
That
is it? No,
cannot be good.
It can't be.
That can't even be the sign of
No.
a mediocre movie. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Maybe not actually.
Okay, there we go. Evil Dead. Done those. Next time, it's episode 100. We got some movies to watch. We're not going to spin a wheel. We already know. We've already picked what the movies are. This is what's going to be. It's going to be a very special event. We're taking it all the way back. We're doing a marathon we've already done before. It's never been done before, except when we did it before, but not on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. We got 3 movies that came out before.
Yeah, these were like the movies that I think we started doing marathons, and these 3 films were like the point where we were like, maybe we should like do a podcast or something where we start reviewing these films.
Yeah. This was the one. This was the OG one that kicked it all off for us. These movies are directly responsible for this podcast existing.
Wow,
So
that is
we're gonna go back to them, see if they hold up.
damn.
And I know it's very high praise. Hopefully, it's an experience again. We're gonna watch The Prince and the Surfer from 1999, directed by Aya Gross and Gregory Gieras. We're going to watch The Polar Bear King from 1991, directed by Ola Salam. And we're also going to watch Paranormal Ascendancy, or 3 a.m. from 2008, directed by Sydney Mansa Winters.
Yeah.
This is the epic trilogy we've all been waiting for. We're going to watch those. We're going to get drunk and fucking have a blast. Social media. YouTube, we got it. Sunday Movie Marathon. Instagram at Sunday Movie Pod. Twitter at Sunday Movie Pod. Facebook at Sunday Movie Marathon. And Letterboxd at Sunday MM. Capital S, capital MM. Any last words?
No.
Happy Halloween.
Ooh.
Hail to the king, baby.